Hi everybody, Diana here at Sew Uncommon. Welcome in to one of our newer series of videos called Quick Quilt Minis. They're not a full long video, they're not under a minute, so they're not a short. They fall into a sweet spot that gives you a little bit of tips and information, 5 to 10 minutes max on these. And I'm so glad to have you with us for this particular one because it's all about thread choices. Last week we did one on thread in regards to a viewer question on whether or not you should only piece with neutral colored thread, or could you piece with your beautiful color thread as well. And so I will link that one at the end of this video so you can take a look at that too, in case you'd like to know my thoughts about that. And this one though, today in thread choice is more about the thread itself, the fiber of the thread, cotton versus polyester, metallic, that kind of thing. And so let's get right into it because like I said, this is a quick quilt mini. Let's just flip over to my other camera, bring it up. Here we go. So here we have 4 threads and I'll start over here and I'll tell you what the fiber content type thing is. This is 100% cotton. This is actually, Orifil, one of the most beautiful 100% low-lint cotton threads I've ever sewn with. In fact, it is my favorite. This is what is called a cottonized polyester or a matte polyester. And so this is one of my favorites as well, and I'll tell you why in a moment. This is a good old everyday ordinary polyester embroidery thread, and this one on the end is a metallic thread. And I will tell you that this metallic thread is King Star metallic. It is the only metallic that you should ever use for anything in embroidery or sewing. It's actually made for the Japanese kimono industry, and it is made different than any other thread. It is made to look and act like our regular polyester threads. And it sews so beautifully. You can sew and sew and sew and not get breakage. I'm not joking with you. I know a lot of metallics will say, oh, you won't get breakage. And you do, right? That's because of how those threads are created, what the core is like, how the metallic is wrapped. This is made completely differently. And I was a skeptic as well until a good friend of mine at a shop that I was at, several years ago now, said, Diana, you have to give this a try. If you're frustrated with your metallic threads, give King Star a try. I picked up a spool while I was there, and I could not believe the difference. So that's my choice there. So those are the 4 thread types that we're going to look at. Now I'm going to bring into you here this little sample I made, and I think you can see it pretty good because they're these actual colors. This one is that cotton, that 100% Orifil cotton. This is the matte cotton or cottonized polyester. This is just polyester embroidery thread, and this one, that's that beautiful King Star metallic. Now I know the color is a little bit light, but it looks like you can see it pretty well. And when you're quilting, your thread looks different depending on what the fiber is, and it can look different depending on how it's treated. For example, this cotton really looks a little bit like it has a sheen on it. And if you look at their Orifil cotton, it's not completely matte. It does have a slight sheen, and it's beautiful for final finish quilting. This second one, this matte polyester or cottonized polyester, it really to me looks like an old-fashioned cotton thread, and I love it for finished quilting, especially if I really want the look of that old-timey matte thread. And then this one is our polyester. It's beautiful, but again, it has more of a sheen to it. So if you like that sheen in your final quilted project, this will work perfectly for you. And then finally, but not least, of course, is this beautiful King Star metallic. Okay, and that just is going to give you a lovely, lovely shine. Great for special projects, great for holiday projects, things like that. Great to add a little bit of touch of metallic within your projects if you want to. Now, let's talk about Also, before we leave, because we're right at the 5-minute mark and we want to keep this under 10, let's talk about what you're seeing here. You're seeing at this end, let me pull this up, at this end, you are seeing a 2 millimeter stitch length. As we come up, it goes into a 2.5, and as you come up more, it goes into a 3 millimeter and a 3.5 millimeter. Now, for finished quilting, 2 and 2.5 millimeter is really a very fine stitch length, and I think it's too fine. To me, it doesn't bespeak an actual quilting on a project. I like my quilting to look like maybe I did it by hand. Boy, she's got some perfect stitches there, but maybe she did it by hand because it doesn't look like you've just sewn it. And so if you're someone who wants it to look like it's been done by hand, then you want to move up into this 3 or 3.5 millimeter. The 3.5 millimeter length for the finished quilting, to me, will give you that perfect, it's perfectly sturdy. It's going to give you a perfect bond with your 3 layers, your top, your batting, and your backing. And it just looks gorgeous. So I never consider doing anything under a 3 millimeter for my final quilting bed. That 3.5, I think, is the sweet spot there, and it's really gorgeous. And what type of thread you use, again, is completely your choice based on the look. If you're a cotton only purist, go for something that's really good in low lint, like an Aurifil. If you want that kind of old-timey matte look, get yourself a cottonized polyester. If it doesn't matter to you a bit and you only have this embroidery thread and you want a little bit of a shine, do your regular embroidery threads. Any of them could be beautiful. And if you want that special look and shimmer, go for that beautiful metallic thread. So those are your choices. That's what I think about them. Let me know what you think about them in the comments, because I'd love to hear. And I just want to let you all know that if you are looking for any of our products from Build a Quilt, which is my quilting system that I created for patchwork and quilting in the hoop, check out our website, sewincommon.com. We have free patterns over there. And of course, we have our for purchase patterns as well. Go ahead and subscribe over there as well. You'll get access to our blog and things like that when they come out. And as always, please consider subscribing to the channel. We love having you as part of the Sew Uncommon family. And please like and share the videos. I will link that other thread video at the end of this video. And until next time, everybody, have a great rest of your week and sew life beautiful. Bye for now.